There was a moment when she said, "I'm fine." And he believed her, not because he didn't care, but because it was easier to believe than to ask again, than to look deeper, than to risk hearing something he didn't want to hear. At first, it didn't feel serious, just small changes, quieter replies, shorter conversations, less laughter. But nothing obvious, nothing you could point at and say, this is where it started to break. They had been together for years, not perfect, but stable, comfortable, the kind of relationship that slowly becomes routine, where love is still there, but it's no longer loud, no longer expressed the way it used to be. And somewhere in that quiet, something began to fade. She felt it first. The distance, the silence between words, the way conversations turned into habits instead of connection. She tried, at the beginning, small attempts, little questions, moments where she opened the door just enough for him to notice, but he didn't. Not really. He was there, but not present, listening, but not hearing. He thought everything was okay because nothing was clearly wrong. And that was the problem. One night, she sat next to him on the couch. The TV was on, but neither of them was watching. She looked at him, waited, hoping he would notice something, anything. But he didn't look back, didn't ask, didn't feel it. So she said it, softly. "I'm fine." And that moment became the beginning of the end, because after that, she stopped trying. Not all at once, slowly, quietly, like someone turning off a light you didn't even realize was still on. She spoke less, shared less, felt less. And he didn't notice, not because he didn't love her, but because nothing demanded his attention. There was no fight, no dramatic moment, no clear signal, just absence. And absence is easy to ignore. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. They still lived together, still talked, still smiled sometimes. From the outside, everything looked normal, but inside, there was nothing left growing, only something slowly disappearing. There was one moment, he remembered later, a small one, easy to miss. She stood by the window, looking outside, not saying anything. He asked, "Everything okay?" And she paused, just for a second, then said it again, "I'm fine." And this time, it felt different, but he didn't follow it, didn't ask again, didn't step closer. He just accepted it and moved on. That was the last chance, the last open door, the last moment where things could have been different. After that, she stopped waiting, not for him, not for change, not for anything. One day, she packed a bag, nothing dramatic, no shouting, no tears, just quiet movement. He noticed too late, asked too late, felt it too late. "Why didn't you tell me?" he asked. And she looked at him, with a kind of calm that didn't hurt anymore. "I did. I just stopped saying it out loud." And suddenly, everything made sense. All the moments, all the signs, all the times she said, "I'm fine." He heard them now, every single one. But now, they meant something else. Not reassurance, not calm, but distance, silence. An ending that had already happened long before he noticed. People think relationships end in one big moment, one fight, one mistake, but they don't. They end in small moments, quiet ones, the ones you ignore because they don't look serious enough, because they don't force you to react, because they're easy to believe. And sometimes, the most dangerous words someone can say are the ones that sound the safest. "I'm fine."